Hi guys, happy Friday, April 24th. This instructor video is just going to be the first chapter Friday readings. There might be still two parts because sometimes the first chapter takes a little longer to read and getting through the PowerPoint depending how long it is, so we'll see. And then, yeah, I just want you guys to be working on your assignment that's due on Monday. And if you haven't been reading your short stories and annotating them, you should be annotating them and then annotating them again, just so that you can have this full idea about what you're reading. And if you haven't really grasped the concept, but you still like the story and you don't want to choose another one, email me. We can talk about it together. Okay, so first chapter of Friday, we are going to be talking about I'm Not Dying With You Tonight by Kimberly Jones and Gilly Siegel. So about the book, Lena has her killer style, her awesome boyfriend, and a plan. She knows she's going to make it big. Campbell, on the other hand, is just trying to keep her head down and get through the year at her new school. When both girls attend the Friday night football game, what neither expects is for everything to descend into sudden mass chaos. Chaos born from violence and hate. Chaos that unexpectedly throws them together. They aren't friends, they hardly understand the other's point of view. But none of that matters when the city is up in flames, and they only have each other to rely on if they're going to survive the night. So these are about the authors if you want to read more about them. And if you like this book, you will also like The Hate You Give. This one is in my classroom library, so if you've been in my class before, you might have come across it. And I know one of you is reading it right now because I've been reading your reading logs, so you're already familiar with that. And then The Long Way Down. So that is the PowerPoint, the little intro to it. And here's the first chapter. Lena, McPherson High School. Waiting for black is on your agenda, not mine. LaShunda barks as we leave the building. I ain't think she was gonna wait. No way, that ain't what I was anticipating. I know she's got responsibilities at home, but she knows I hate sitting out here by myself. If you ask me, this is really about her hating on black. And as usual. It don't cost you nothing to walk away, I snap back. LaShunda cackles. Can your grandfather stop speaking through your body? I don't know what you're talking about. I flipped my hair over my shoulder, but she got me laughing like she always does. Pop's got all the best sayings. She shakes her head and then looks down at my feet. Anyway, I see you got them. A big smile takes over my face. LaShunda never misses anything I do. She knows me, like really knows me, and she knew that statement would perk up both our moods. They cute, right? Lady, you know they better than cute. They are fine. Fire, best friend. If I thought I could cram my size 10s into them, I'd be trying to borrow them ASAP, LaShunda says. I saw some size 10s in a different style as cute as these. Let me turn a few more checks and I'm gonna hook you up. Go, best friend. That's my best friend, she sings, and we both laugh. Her granny, Miss Ann, house is really her house. Miss Ann works 2 jobs and drives for Uber. LaShunda does all the laundry, cooking, and watching of her 3 bad little cousins. Even though she works real hard, she's not able to have an after-school job or anything. That's why I love splurging on a pair of fly shoes for her when I can. I like being that person in her life who gives her the little extras. So are we going to this game slash fundraiser slash turn up slash piped up lituation? Yes, ma'am. You know if we don't see the dolls dance at halftime, they will kill us. You ain't never lied, LaShunda winks. Nana, let me get out of here before Graham kills me. Okay, but don't flake tonight. Anyway, it's okay she has to go. Some days you just want to be alone with your man, and for me, this is one of those days. I've been missing him. He's been grinding so hard lately that we never get to see each other. He always smells good enough to eat. He puts aftershave right on his neck too, because he knows I like to rest my head on his shoulder and just breathe him in. Ooh, that man does something to me. It makes my head spin. I'm so caught up thinking about his fine self that I don't notice LaShunda walking away until she yells back at me. Love you later. Love you later, I shout. She hates goodbye. That's the last thing her mom said to her before she passed away from a heroin overdose. She's never said the word goodbye to anyone since. I think about texting Black, but that will only aggravate him. I know he's coming, and he always says what's understood doesn't need to be said. Not a minute later, he pulls up, bumping the new Kalechi album loud as he can. He has such amazing taste in music. He can't stand trap music and only listens to real MCs who don't do all that cursing and hating on women. Did someone request an Uber? He smiles, leaning toward the passenger window. I did. I hit the button for cute, so I wasn't expecting fine. Is it the same fee? Uber Black is usually a little more, but I lower the rate when the rider is fine too. We both laugh and I get in. I lean over to hug him and he smells as good as I expected. I almost don't want to let go. I lift my face for him to kiss me and melt into him. His soft lips press against mine and it feels like sun rays warming my skin. I gently pull away. I need to go home and get myself together to be cute at the football game tonight. The game? He starts the car and pulls out. Since when is that something you do? My girl's doing the halftime, and I'm a good friend, jerk. I push his shoulder playfully, but I don't plan on staying longer than their show, so I'll have some free time left before curfew. Okay, well, I'ma see how I'm moving tonight, and I'll let you know what I'm doing. So that's a no, I say, feeling my mouth twist up. I didn't say no. You didn't have to, I say. I guess we'll see, won't we? We pull up a few doors from my house, and I let him kiss me goodbye. Bye, Black. Later, beautiful. I roll my eyes as I get out of the car. I walk in my house and head to the kitchen for a snack. What you doing, Pop asks, not looking up from the sink as he washes the plates. I have no idea why my grandfather won't use the dishwasher. I refuse to hand wash dishes. My nails too delicious to be ruined by palm olive. Just making a snack before I get ready for the game, I sigh. Black usually leaves me in the most amazing mood, except for when he plays like he Hansel, leaving me crumbs. What's that got you down in the mouth? Pops, you ain't even looked at me. Don't need to, I can hear it. I reckon it's 'cause of that knucklehead you just got out of the car with. Pops, I didn't. He interrupts. Go to Lion and the only game you go and see tonight is Wheel of Fortune on the Game Show Network. If you had a nice boy, there would never be a need to lie. No, if you gave him a chance, I'd have no need to lie. If I said that out loud, he'd pop me in the mouth. Am I excused? Go on, little liar on the prairie. I don't care what Pop says as long as he don't say I can't go to the game. I'ma try to hook up with Black later. I think tonight can end better than we just left it in the car. So it looks like they're short chapters, and it looks like this is chapter 2 already. And it's switching to Campbell's point of view. So I'm going to read a little bit of Campbell's point of view before the time on this video runs out. Campbell McPherson High School football field. My dad's truck rumbles into the school parking lot at the same time as the bus carrying the opposing team. We squeeze into a space at the very end of a row. It's good you're doing this, Campbell, Dad says, as the bus empties and a long line of beefy football guys in tracksuits lumber out. Is it? I stay in my seat, remain buckled. I wonder why he thinks it matters if I work the concession stand for one game at this school. I'll only be here a year, my senior year. Where does he think this one night is going to lead? While the players head through a gate in the chain-link fence toward the locker rooms, another bus pulls up and hems us in. This one lets out a load of cheerleaders, a dance team, and some boosters. The Panthers and their entourage fill the parking lot. According to what our principal said on the morning announcements, Jonesville is McPherson's biggest rival, ranked one beneath us in the standings. Or something. I guess they would bus in a big crowd for such an important game. The only people around seem to be Jonesville fans. You'd think McPherson fans would have shown up by now to cheer on the home team at the most important game of the season. Then again, the principal made a big deal about expecting extra security and demanding we all be on our best behavior tonight. So I'm guessing the rivalry gets intense. Maybe it's better if the Jonesville superfans are settled on the visitor side of the stadium before the home crowd shows. I look around for people I might know, then realize that's ridiculous. I don't know anybody here. The human throng before us parts, allowing a tall woman with waist-length braids to make her way through. She struggles to push a dolly in front of her with one hand and drag a battered red wagon behind her with the other. Both are heaped with cardboard boxes. That's Miss Marino, I say. She coaches the dance team, teaches my English class, and invited me to work the concession stand tonight. I unbuckle my seatbelt and hop out of the car to help her. To my surprise, my dad jumps out too. Campbell, she explains. So glad he came or decided to come. I can't think why I did. Miss Marino explained that this year, the proceeds from concession stand sales will be used to fund renovations to upgrade the rest of the athletic facilities, so they'll be as nice as the fancy new football field. The only catch is, the teams have to man the stand. Of course, as the athletes are too busy during the game to work the booth, they've been asking for volunteers. I didn't raise my hand when Mrs. Marino asked, believe me. No one did, even though she practically begged for help every single day this week. The entire class dodged her. The awkward silences that followed her more and more desperate requests made me squirm. That's probably why, when she caught me as the bell rang this morning and asked if I'd ever run concessions before, the word yes came out faster than an excuse. My dad takes the dolly. I hoist up a couple of boxes on the top of the wagon, and we follow her toward the main gate. She leads us past two dance team members raising a glittery support field renovations banner up to the top of the fence. Good job, girls, she calls. Finish hanging that, and I'll meet you in the locker room in 10 minutes for warm-ups. The familiar ring of a coach giving orders makes me flinch. Words like those reverberated through my nights and weekends once, back when I used to be on a team. I look quickly away from the girls and their mascot logo warm-up suits and scurry after my dad and Miss Marino. The huge concrete stadium looms above us, casting a shadow over the concession stand, which is a relief. There's a good couple of hours of daylight left, and this wooden booth will be enough of a sauna without sitting in the middle of a sunbeam. The shade is the only thing to get excited about. Otherwise, the concession stand is a disaster. A rickety box built of plywood and 2x4s, with big windows on one side covered by a rolling metal security grill, and below them a lip of wood that juts out and is probably supposed to be the service counter. Miss Marina dials the combination of a padlock hooked onto a hasp near the top of the door, slides it off, then yanks the door open, the knob wobbling loosely in her hands. With her, my dad, and me, and the dolly, the booth is crowded to capacity. A third of the boxes and the wagon are still outside. How is this going to work? I don't point that out, though. I just help ferry the boxes. My dad stays long enough to help cram all the supplies into the concession stand. Okay, he says, when the last of the packages have been shoved into cabinets. I'll see you after the game, Campbell. Pick you up right outside the gate. You know, Miss Marino says, the dance team always celebrates at Mr. Sovlaki's after the home games. I think we've worked the booth for us tonight. We've earned honorary team member status. You should come with us. I'm stunned. I don't really know any of the girls. She smiles gently. This is how you get to know them. Mr. Suvlaki's? Dad's frown lines cut deep into his face as he considers this invite. That Greek place up on Woodland Street? Yes, Miss Marino says. Pizza's perfect, Cokes are cold, and they're both cheap. And I'll be there, as well as will both of our team moms. Plenty of adult supervision, if that's what you're worried about. Campbell, I was planning on heading up to the cabin right after the game. I'm not thrilled about getting up there that late, says Dad. He sets a hand on my shoulder, like his trip is breaking news to me, like I'm disappointed and need comforting. You going out of town, Miss Marino's asked, deflating. Just him, but he's my ride home, so. I feel a strange mix of regret and relief churning around in my stomach. Maybe another time. Oh, she says, her smile back and beaming. That's no problem. I can drive you home after dinner. So I'm just going to leave that there, mostly because I'm losing my voice, but also because it's almost the time at the end of the video, and you got a little taste of both of the girls' point of views, and you kind of saw their differences and where they're both coming into this story, and how their differences are probably going to affect this entire story. So if you want to read more, I have this link attached, and it goes on, it looks like, to the 3rd chapter, maybe the 4th, it looks like, 5th, maybe. So it goes on for a little bit, so you get the first few chapters, actually, first like 5 or 6 chapters, which is really nice. So yeah, if you're interested, you can follow this link here and see the rest. Alright, have a good day. Bye. And a good weekend.